You mentioned how the university has changed from what it used to be. Yeah. What do you think it'll be in 10 years?
You know, my short answer to that, Roger, because people are always asking me, well, what is your vision for the university? And I say, that's the wrong question. The question is, what is a university's vision for itself? And that's the process we're going through, because it won't mean a thing if it's top down. It is a university that truly is committed to this idea of, we call it engaged excellence, and that's just not it's not easily explained what that is. But we do have big U caliber faculty working shoulder to shoulder with undergraduates who get that kind of experience, that kind of education, that ironically they wouldn't get if they went to the big U as undergraduates. They wouldn't see this caliber of faculty. Faculty engaged in all sorts of research and creative activity. And when I talk to employers at Boeing or at Microsoft or leaders there, or if I talk to President Emmert at UW, they say, we love your graduates because they have touched equipment and done things at other universities they just would not have had those experiences. They've touched equipment that they probably wouldn't touch till they were masters or even doctoral students at the University of Washington. That's sort of, that's our strength, and this is a university that doesn't have to change directions. We just need to figure out how to build on that strength in ways that serve the needs of the state. I think that's important, that we continue that emphasis on that high quality, high touch approach to education. It provides important choices for people. It's all about fit. UW is great for some people, Western Washington is great for others, and so we continue to build on that. It's really important to build on our strength in sustainability, environment, those areas that we have historical strength in the sciences and policy sciences there. But there, again, to preach this taking risks and doing things differently, I've been talking to our Huxley College of the Environment, and when I first got there in August, Mark at the UW announced the first College of the Environment he was going to create there. And some people at Huxley were a little bit annoyed about this because we've had a College of the Environment for 40 years. And my response is very simple. Environmental policy is what I did as a political scientist over 35 years, and so I know that bringing together environmental science, environmental policy in some meaningful, cohesive way was a real challenge and very important. When Huxley started that 40 years ago, it was trailblazing. It's not today, it's commonplace. And I always smile and say the proof is the UW's now decided to do it. What we have to be figuring out is what are other places going to want to copy 20 or 40 years from now in this area, and the waterfront plays in this a lot, because there are some real opportunities to put together. I mean, the obvious missing piece, and no university's figured out how to do this, is business. When I go in the private sector, people want folks who understand green buildings and carbon footprints and sustainability, but also understand the principles of business, and not just in the, go over and take a course here and take a course there in an integrated way. So that's the sort of thing, if we're going to contain, in 10 years from now, if we're taking the risks to try things nobody else is doing and they come to copy us, that's a sign we've gotten where we need to get as a premier university. And that's basically what wherever we look, whether it's diversifying the campus, meeting needs off the campus, if we figured out ways to do it such that other people around the country want to come and take a look at us, and 10 years from now, we'll have achieved that status of being among the best universities of our type in the nation. But I want to make sure everybody understands it. When you go, I've had some people say, you want to be the best, this university says it wants to be the best in the nation. That means Princeton or Harvard. No, we get to define what that means. Best university of our type. And an important component of that for a university like ours is being good stewards of the place we call home. We need to be recognized for being really good stewards of the places we call home and our communities in Bellingham, but also the state of Washington. So that's part of achieving national distinction also. Wherever we look, people can come and say, go to Western Washington to see how they do it.